What is going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the NFL Smooth Show. Let's go ahead and get right into the shit, man. Week 14, literally 2 weeks left in the regular NFL season. It's literally getting down to the wire, folks. Getting right into it. Giants-Eagles, irrelevant game. Eagles win, but Eagles are like 6-7. The Giants are 2-11. Neither team's going anywhere. Somebody's got to win that division, but even so, it's not going to be the best team. Falcons take out the Panthers 40-20. Somehow the Falcons have found a new life at the end of the year, like they always do. Give their fans a teaser for next year, but they still ain't going to be shit. As for the Panthers, they just fired Ron Rivera, so it's not like they're going to win anything this year. This season's done for them. The Jets, of course, beat the Dolphins 22-21. The season's dead for both of them, though. They're not going anywhere. Buccaneers got a much-needed win over the Colts. Colts may have just killed their playoff chances with that loss, but still a couple weeks left, and they still need a lot of help. It's possible, but they need a lot of help. Vikings, of course, keep their hopes alive. Well, not even their hopes. They pretty much have their wild card hopes alive with a 20-7 win over the Lions. They're not going to win the division over the Packers, at least I don't think, but they certainly put up one hell of an effort, and they certainly put themselves in a good position to get a wild card. The 49ers beat the Saints in a thriller game of the week last week, 48-46. 49ers improved to 11-2. They are well on their way to having home field throughout the playoffs. They have to keep winning out, of course, to get that. And speaking of teams that are well on their way to getting it, the Ravens, once again, big win, 24-17 over the Bills. That was a win they needed to keep their first place hopes alive as well. They're already in the playoffs, but they want that home field, which I don't blame them. Browns and Bengals, one hell of an irrelevant game. The Browns are finished and the Bengals are finished. Browns are not going to the playoffs, and yeah, the Bengals are probably going to pick number 1 overall in the draft. The Packers, of course, beat the Redskins 20-15. They had a little bit of trouble doing it, though, a little surprised by that, but nonetheless, a win is a win, and the Packers keep improving. They need to continue to win to keep the Vikings off their back. The Vikings are only 9-4, Packers 10-3, so this next coming week is going to be very critical for both teams. The Broncos with rookie quarterback Drew Lock, they're looking pretty good, and they knock off a Texans team looking for a playoff spot by the score of 38-24. Drew Lock looks like he's going to be a good future quarterback there. Of course, Elway's going to want to build around him, but at least I think Elway, at least for now, has found his quarterback of the future. We'll see, though. Chargers and Jaguars. Chargers just stomp the Jags and pretty much murder their playoff chances 45-10. Gardner Minshew's not the answer. They wasted money on Nick Foles, and it looks like Doug Marrone's going to be out as head coach of the Jaguars. And as for Phillip Rivers looks like he's going to be out of a job in L.A. along with Anthony Lynn, the head coach of the Chargers. Rumor has it the Chargers are going to be looking for Cam Newton to replace him next year, and possibly Ron Rivera as head coach. We will see, folks. More developing on that in the coming weeks. And the Raiders lose a heartbreaker to the Titans. This was a game in which the winner was going to definitely improve their playoff chances. Raiders are not out yet, as it's only 6-7, but damn, this is a heartbreaking loss for Raiders fans, especially since this, I believe, is one of the final games in Raider Stadium. I don't know if it's the final one, but I think it is one of the final ones there. Not good. 42-21. And then I would say for the Raiders, they're going to have to win out. If they want a chance to keep their playoff hopes alive, they're going to have to win out. They have no choice. And moving on to the Patriots game, where the Patriots actually get beat by the Chiefs, man. Patriots getting exposed out there. They're not looking really good. Tom Brady not what he used to be, a little too old. The running game couldn't go with James White. Julian Edelman had an alright day, but it just wasn't enough in the very end, especially since the referees actually screwed the Patriots in a way. Kind of ironic. And by the way, the Patriots tried to cheat by spying, of course, on the Bengals to try to steal their signs. And, of course, the Chiefs' equipment didn't arrive to Foxborough on time. A little bit weird how that didn't happen. And yet, with all that cheating, the Patriots still lost. Go figure. And the Steelers beat the Cardinals 23-17. The Steelers are in an okay position. They're still clamoring for a playoff spot, maybe in the wild card. I don't know if they're going to get it, but that win over the Cardinals helps. Rams beat the Seahawks 28-12. Seahawks had a little bit of steam removed from their sails as now they fall to 10-3, and the Rams at 8-5 prevented themselves from falling deeper into an abyss. This win definitely saved their season, no doubt about it. And then, of course, that Thursday night game last week was the Bears and the Cowboys. And the Bears get the win over the Cowboys. Sucks, though, because it looks like Jason Garrett might be out as head coach. If that's the case, I've heard Urban Meyer, I've heard Lincoln Riley, I've even heard Ron Rivera as possible replacements. But we'll see at the end of the year. And, folks, with that being wrapped up, let's go ahead to Week 15. The week has already started, though. Let's go ahead and start with the Thursday night matchup and work our way to the top. Let's start with what happened Thursday night. The Ravens defeated the Jets 42-21 at home. With that win, the Ravens are a good lock to wrap up first place, get a first round bye, even get home field advantage throughout the playoffs. They have to win out, of course, to keep that a reality. But damn, just they're playing some of the best ball right now, and Lamar Jackson definitely MVP. Threw 5 touchdowns, even almost ran for 100 yards. Man's MVP, no doubt about it. We have the Saints and Colts. This is pivotal for the Colts. They need a miracle win here, but I think the Saints will take it at home. And I believe with that loss, the Colts are going to be knocked out if they take an L there. Steelers and Bills. This is critical for the Steelers. They need this win at home, but I think the Bills are going to take it. And if the Bills do win, they're going to knock the Steelers off the wild card perch. Rams Cowboys. Cowboys need this win in the worst way. Unfortunately, they play for the worst division in the NFC, and well, really in all of football. So they need a win just to keep their playoff hopes alive. But I think the Rams will take this one here because they need the victory too. 49ers and Falcons. 49ers will steamroll the Falcons there, unless they just don't care at all and want to sit all the starters. Cardinals Browns. The Browns need this win in the worst way. If they lose, they're out. The Cardinals have nothing to play for, but if the Browns lose here, they fall to 6-8. You can pretty much call them done. For the Raiders, this is different. You guys are still alive in the playoff hunt, but this is your last year in Oakland. And I believe this is the last Oakland Raiders home game. And if this is the last Oakland Raiders home game, then Raiders fans, this is your fucking Super Bowl right here. Because next year you're going to be in Las Vegas. You're not even going to be in Oakland anymore. So you guys need this win because this is more like your Super Bowl. Send the Oakland fans out on a high note, have one final crazy Raider party, and then get ready for the big move to Vegas next year. Still, there's like 3 games left in the season, so you got plenty of time for that. But I think this is the last home game. I could be wrong, though, for the Raiders. So I'm going to go ahead and pick the Raiders at home just because. Vikings and Chargers, both teams need it, but I think the Vikings will get it more. The Chargers don't have much to play for with Rivers on his way out and Anthony Lynn, the head coach, on his way out. Go ahead and take the Vikings there. Packers and Bears. I am going to go ahead and pick the Bears. The Packers. That'll be the safe bet, especially since they're at home. Lions, Buccaneers. I don't have enough faith in a Matt Patricia team yet to put money on the Lions, so I would avoid the Lions and I would go straight for the Buccaneers on this. Bengals, Patriots. The Patriots filmed the Bengals sideline signals and shit, so expect a steamrolling from the Patriots onto the Bengals. Bengals have no shot. Texans, Titans. Ooh. Texans need a bounce-back win, but the Titans are on a roll, and Tannehill is, I think, the only quarterback with a better QBR quarterback rating than Lamar Jackson at the present time. So pick the Titans in this one, man. They're way ahead in the playoff push, and I think they can overtake the Texans because they play the Texans. This is the first time they play them this year, and they play them in Week 17 2 weeks later. So yeah, this is going to be down to the wire shit. Go with the Titans. Go with the Chiefs over the Broncos here. They have a rookie QB who has nothing to play for, and their playoff hopes are done. Chiefs need it more. Go for them. Eagles are better than the Redskins. Eagles need to win more too, since the Redskins are done playoff-wise. So go with the Eagles. I would say go for the Seahawks here because they have more to play for, and they got their teeth kicked in by the Rams last week, so I know they want some revenge. Panthers already fired their head coach. They've already told Cam Newton, we're not bringing you back. So Panthers don't have shit to play for. Giants, Dolphins, oh man. Both of these teams are trash, but if you have to pick one, I would say go with the trash that can be reliable, and that's the Dolphins. Granted, they lose most games, but against a team like this, they actually should be able to win, to be honest. But folks, that is going to be it. That is Week 15, wrapped up Week 14, previewed Week 15 in a nutshell. Any questions in terms of betting or fantasy football, leave them in the comments for me. Let me know which team you're rooting for. And let me know if you have any questions about playoff seeding or any playoff scenarios regarding your team, and I can certainly inform you. And folks, I thank you for listening, and I will see you next weekend. Enjoy all the football.